Alright. Also, I added some fancy doohickeys. So now there's like a tip jar and
Ooh.
a thing that pops up if someone like follows or does some shit. I don't know. It just
What
pops
did you
up.
choose?
Um,
Because there's different options for that, right?
I chose like neon or something. I don't know, neon lights. It looked okay.
Nice.
So it's like, alright, neat.
Good enough.
Cool. Yeah. Um, so where is man? I like black because it matches with everything. But now everything on my desk, as you've seen, is like black, and I can't find shit. I'm
Oh
like,
no.
I'm like, where is my smudge guard glove? Where is my phone? Where is my stylus? I can't find anything on my desk. And then I'm like, I need a lamp. So I got a lamp, and now the lamp is black. And I'm like,
Oh no.
where is
I'm
my
gonna
lamp?
turn it on.
Alright, cool beans. Uh, guess I'll let people.
All right. Takes me for frickin' ever to post something on Instagram because
Yeah.
adding those filters just adds like that extra final piece, you know? But there's so many
Yeah.
of them, so it sucks.
Delicately choose all of them. You know what sucks? Like, when some of my stuff looks nicer in the Instagram filter. So I did like a sketch. Remember that like Game of Thronesy one, the Hound?
Yeah.
So I posted him on Instagram first, and I used a filter. I'm like, wait, that looks way nicer. And so I had to try to simulate it in Photoshop, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So,
I'm so
so
sorry.
yeah, I was like, how do I make it look like this? This is so much better. Oh, Josh is complimenting us. Uh, he's saying it's his favorite program. I need to put the chat box
It's my
on.
favorite program in the Citadel.
Oh no. There we go. Need to get up chat so I can see it.
Here, let me get on Twitch so I can watch you. Art of Free.
Cool. I wonder if I should just. No, I shouldn't. It's fine.
There we go. Now I have you up. Ooh, you can skip ads now?
Huh?
Finally, you can
Oh,
skip ads in.
in Twitch?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
pretty nice. Okay.
It's funny. I actually rarely watch Twitch because I don't know. I don't really watch stuff live. I'm like, I'll watch it when it's on YouTube. I'll just watch it later.
Oh, I feel ya. Ooh. There we go. Sorry, I'm just getting comfy. I have my computer right next to the couch, so I have to get on the couch and live my life.
Oh man, I knew this guy who figured out all his hotkeys in Max to use on like I don't remember. I think it's to use it on the stylus or something. He did something so where he didn't have to get up or move or change anything, and he was just like on a beanbag chair and just like looking at his TV, like doing modeling somehow.
Oh my god, that sounds like the life. Meanwhile, I just learned today that Shift P is how you ungroup stuff, or Control P
Oh, I didn't know
in
that
Maya.
either.
Yeah, this whole time I was like, because I was complaining, I was like, man, like, how come Control G is group, but then they don't have a hotkey for ungroup? That makes no sense. And then turns out it does exist, and I'm just dumb.
Oh, it's just it doesn't make sense though. Why like why P?
Yeah.
The age-old question. So,
Why P?
um, I I didn't realize you were talking about Maya though, but I think I've actually made hotkeys for it where I just did like Alt G or something or whatever.
Nice.
Like
I need
something
to
that
do
made
that.
sense to me.
I always feel like you're really good about going in and setting up hotkeys for stuff.
There's pros and cons to it. Like the con is if you're so used to your hotkeys, it's like impossible to like help someone.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're like, "How do you do this?" and you're like, I don't know. Good luck with that and stuff.
Ah! Oh, sorry. I was trying to lie down and I dropped the iPad on myself. I saw my whole life flash before my eyes.
um, I
Well, at
have
least we
no
could.
comments. Like, it's just I'm just like focused on Captain Marvel's vagina, and then just suddenly this loud wail happens.
Oh my god.
I'm like, what'd I do? I'm sorry. Good
Oh,
stuff. Oh, it's
man, I hate commercials.
oh.
Sorry, I
I,
interrupted.
I
Go on.
thought you fell again. I'm like, you should find a stable place in your life. So,
It's harder said than done.
I know. But one day.
The sad part is that I'm literally just lying down and I still dropped it on myself. Ooh, that cup thing is cool. Do you know what each of them are? Because you have like a lot of crap in there, like stars and a red
Oh,
thing and.
I forgot that it's on my Streamlabs and not actually on my like Cintiq screen. So I'm like, wait, I'm like looking all over the place. What? So there's different like caption things you can go through, and OBS is one, and then there's one called Streamlabs OBS. So I'm using Streamlabs OBS, and they have all sorts of widgets you can like upload or whatever, and so they kind of come on like layers, I guess, and you can just like adjust them, move them around, um, on like a screen editing area that you have. Like here, I'll show it. Looks like this, but you're gonna see like woo. But anyway, like I can
Ooh,
highlight some of these things and move them around and stuff.
that's pretty cool. I know that Streamlabs also has those little games that pop up, or like when
Mhm.
you stay for long enough, you get certain points. Do you have that set up?
I used to, if you recall, but like something bad happened to where my hard drive failed, and so I had to get like a whole bunch of new shit for my computer.
Oh no!
And
Oh, I
then
remember that.
yeah. So
Dark time.
when I opened OBS, it wiped out all that history, and so all the points that people accumulated got wiped out, and I was like, but how do you save them and stuff? So I haven't really figured that out, and besides, I don't even. So maybe one day I'll try to figure it out, but I was like, that's too much like hassle. Maybe I'll do it if I ever get like a bunch of streamers or something. I mean, not streamers, but viewers.
Gotcha.
I don't see the point
Yeah,
right now. I mean,
I'm
there were a
excited.
couple people that were like really into the points that would show up. Yeah, I got more points. And I felt bad. I'm like, sorry, your points are gone. Mm.
Sucks for you. Guess you gotta watch my stream more.
Oh no. Initially though, I was like, oh yeah, like people will watch my stream, and then like after like a certain amount of points, they can buy some of my shit with it. Like, oh, you want a print? That'll be 200 points you've earned, or something. But
Ooh. Can you actually apply those points to... I don't know. Never mind. It's gonna be a dumb question.
go for it. Why
Why?
not?
Just...
Our
Well, I mean,
whole
like, it's a
stream is
dumb...
dumb.
I mean, like, it's a dumb question as in, like, I didn't know what to say for it, so I couldn't
Oh,
think of anything. I was
oh.
just kind of hoping we would be able to pass over it.
You mean there wasn't a question?
No, there wasn't. It was a lie, Pri. I'm sorry.
Oh no. My compassion once again taken advantage of.
you seen Captain Marvel yet?
No, not yet. It's kind of funny. I had started drawing this like well before the movie, but just never finished it.
Oh.
And then I was like, well, now that the movie's out, I should probably finish it before it's like I don't know, people are not into it anymore or whatever.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, the hype is still alive.
Yeah, exactly. But I heard like nothing but like amusing things, I guess. People are like really digging it or something.
Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
You don't.
Oh,
You don't
unpopular
want to.
opinion.
Yeah, I have a very controversial opinion. I think overall it's a very solid movie. I would give it a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6
Okay.
out of 10.
Okay.
It's not the
That's
best
fine.
Marvel movie out there.
Mhm.
I think the thing that bothers me the most about it is that it's just very safe.
Oh.
It's like Ocean's 8. It didn't feel like the main character had a lot of conflict
Mhm.
because she was a woman and they wanted to show that women are great and amazing and can do anything, which is great for like, a Marvel movie and stuff like that, but like I don't know, I wanted some kind of character conflict. But also I fell asleep during it, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's never like a good sign for where like I fell asleep in a lot of movies that people love, and I don't know if it was necessarily boring or if I was just tired, but I do know that falling asleep in it made me not go through the effort of like rewatching it and
Yeah.
seeing if I did like it or not. And so I just kind of go upon my opinion of like what I remember.
Wasn't that good? I don't think anything got resolved. Well, it got
Yeah.
resolved while you were
Yeah.
sleeping.
Oh.
Oh.
That's what happened to me with Harry Potter. So everyone loves Harry Potter except for me because I fell asleep in it, and I'm like, meh, I don't know. So
I get you.
I'm like, who are all these characters? Like, and I kept falling asleep in the movies too. Like, I don't know. I think it was like maybe the acting. I wasn't a fan of like the child actors in it.
Yeah, no, I get that. I know I couldn't stand teenage Harry. Oh, I'm angsty and this sucks.
And
Okay.
he's like breathing hard constantly for no reason. I'm like, you need
Yeah.
like a asthma inhaler thing, or I don't know. He's just like, I'm like, you you like walked from one side of the hall to the other. I don't. What's happening, kid? Like I don't know. But but I'm sure like the it's obvious how like rich the universe and stuff in it is, and I kind of just missed out on that initial thing, so that's on me. Well,
Yeah, I never read the books growing up, and so I never got the Harry Potter hype.
mm.
Also, I'm such a jaded person. I like I in like a like in a super hipster kind of way, which is so bad. Because it's like, oh, everyone likes this. I guess that means I gotta hate it automatically. And it's like, Ashley, have you even seen this? Like, no, but I know I'm not gonna like it. Come on, Ashley, you're so dumb. And then like I watch it, I'm like, okay, I guess it wasn't that bad.
I would say for me, um, I am I'm more resilient to like not watching something when someone like tries to pressure me into watching something with like
Yeah.
negativity though. Like if it's like, oh, you'll like it, it's so good, that's one thing. But it's another thing when you're like, what? You haven't seen it? You're such an idiot. And I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it now. Jesus. like, you're really selling it to me. I don't know.
It's great. Yeah, seriously though, and it's crazy how much people freak out. I have this habit too of
Mm.
like freaking out when people don't either. Okay, a have never seen a movie like Star Wars. It's just kind of like, excuse me, what?
I haven't
And
seen
then,
it. Woo. In your
excuse me,
face.
what?
Exactly. So, I have my
And then same
reasons.
with food. I feel like it's okay to not watch it at this point. I mean, you're not missing out.
Well,
If you want to see like a space fantasy, then go for it. But otherwise,
okay, so
I think
here's
it's
my
good.
reasoning. technically I have seen Star Wars and technically I haven't seen Star Wars. So what I mean by that is I don't know if it's the same now because I don't watch cable TV, but back in the day, they constantly played reruns of Star Wars on like TBS, whatever, TNT
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff. And they always played it like almost, it felt like every 2 weeks they played the Star Wars series. And so I would watch chunks of it out of order, like a million times. So I had never actually seen Star Wars from like beginning to end because I was like, well, I've already seen so many chunks of it. I kind of get it. I just
Mm.
haven't seen it in its full form. but but because I haven't seen it the way it was meant to be seen, like I don't appreciate it as much as other people. And then finally, when I finally go see like the Star Wars movies, it was like episode 1, 2, and 3, and they were like terrible. so,
Yeah.
so I had zero interest at that point, and yeah. But then everyone's like, no, but you have to watch the originals, and I'm like, well, I've seen some. Like, come on, there's so many spoilers now. I've seen
Yeah, exactly.
like,
You're not gonna be missing out on much.
oh shit, he's his father. No way. like
Whoa.
Like it, and plus it's so honestly like pop culture killed it. Like, it's kind of like Sixth Sense. Like if you haven't seen it, everyone's told you that he's a fucking ghost, and so it's like why should you see it? I don't know.
Wait, for
So
what?
well there you go.
Spoiler! No, I'm just kidding.
Ugh, ugh, ugh.
I've seen that movie.
Oh blessed child. Anyways.
Did I tell you about when I saw Seven or whatever?
No.
I I was watching the movie for a little bit and I was like, okay, cool. Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, they're like
Mhm.
cops and like
Yeah, yeah.
Morgan Freeman's gonna retire or whatever. So then they go get dinner at Gwyneth Paltrow's house.
Oh shit.
And then I fall asleep and then I wake up to Brad Pitt walking in a field next to a box or what a Morgan Freeman walking up to a box and
Yeah.
Brad Pitt going, "What's in the box?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's what people are saying." And then I guess it was her head. And I missed the entire movie. I guess there's a whole like seven deadly sins thing going on. Like
Oh
throughout the whole
yeah.
thing. But no, I fell asleep during that dinner scene and then I woke up and then suddenly, "What's in the box?"
Yeah, yeah. That is definitely, yeah. It's a weird movie. I've only seen it once, but it has some interesting concepts, and if you didn't think Kevin Spacey wasn't already weird, he's like extra weird in there.
He directed or something, or is he the serial killer? Or...
He's like the killer.
Oh, gotcha. See, I didn't even know he was in the movie.
Oh, there you go. Well, he's not as emphasized as like Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman and stuff like that, but yeah, it's he kills people kind of like thematically in the seven deadly sins fashion. So I forgot exactly what happened, but for instance, like gluttony, I think he like force fed someone to death or something like that. I don't remember. And then lust was like some crazy, scary sex toys impaling people or something, and
Damn.
stuff like that. So
I mean, it sounds interesting.
you're sold now. So go on.
Yeah, no, like when people were talking about the movie, I was like, oh, that actually sounds pretty good. But no, I was just out.
Apparently, movie theaters or maybe just like a movie setting, is like really relaxing for you despite the circumstances.
I was watching it at home. I was just lying on the bed. I think it's because I was petting my cat. Whenever I pet my cat, I always fall asleep, like instantly.
The cat knows this.
Yeah, and then like there are times where I just wake up and like my poor cat. I wake up in like a pool of drool on her. 'Cause it's my own drool.
Oh.
What's going on?
Oh, you must have hated that as you hate spit and stuff.
Yeah, it was really gross.
What is up? I can't say your name, but this is my drawing of Captain Marvel. So.
Wait, what?
Oh,
What was
there.
someone in the chat or
Yeah,
something?
some
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you're on Twitch, you can only see the Twitch chat, but if you look at the like video, you can see that other people chatting from either like YouTube or Facebook or whatever.
Oh, cool. Oh, you're streaming on YouTube too?
Yeah.
And Facebook?
Mhm.
Damn, girl.
Trying, trying, trying to be that legit person that I'm not.
Put all your
So,
thumbs in all those pies.
yeah. Oh my.
I'll retweet. You know what I'm talking about? Or fingers? Put all your fingers in all those pies. That's a saying,
I don't
right?
remember. I think it sounds familiar. Wait, isn't like I remember there's like he stuck his thumb in a plum and then something something something.
Yeah. That's it. Word for word. You got it. Nailed it.
Yeah. There you go, Mother Goose. Nailed it.
I'm trying to find different hashtags to put for my Instagram, but I can't think of anything. Whatever, good enough.
What is it? What'd you draw?
I just drew a person smiling.
Smile.
Yeah,
Oh, but
that's what I put.
but you can't even get like the inflection in the
Smile.
words.
I've noticed that I tend to get more likes when I just put emojis rather than actually say anything.
Oh, that's so weird because I don't know. Like sometimes I'm weird about like all the emojis. Like I can't tell if that's a automated thing that people have because they'll say the most generic comment on my thing on Instagram that makes me figure that they're like some sort of bot. They'll say like that is an awesome post, and then it was like 1,000 emojis on it.
Oh, thank you.
Like
I guess.
the picture you have posted is cool, and it's like my whatever is on sale.
Fire.
Yeah. I'm like, thanks.
I appreciate. Oh, I hate talking on the phone with recruiters.
Yeah. Um, so are these in-houses or agencies?
Agencies mainly.
Oof. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's rough.
So it's like, okay, like, sure, I'll listen to your pitch. And they always say the same thing too, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, don't mind me, like I'm just gonna be rambling this whole time, and you just gotta listen. I'm like, okay, sounds good. And then if I don't like say, yeah, they get like nervous. They're like, oh, but you know, it's a pretty good offer still, and say,
Mhm.
okay.
I remember asking for a certain amount of money. Just like throwballing something to see what would happen because I didn't really care. So they're like, "What is your hourly?" And I was like, $100 or something, like $120. And they're like, "Oh gosh, can we do like 90?" And I was like, "Oh, I guess." And so, and then I was like, "Oh my god." But
It's
yeah,
working.
but not really. No, they didn't call me back.
It's like that whole hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. It's like that whole not foot in the door, but like body in the door method, where you just kind of like say something. Never mind. Yep.
It's a stupid
Yup.
question. No, it's okay. I think I understand where you're leading up to. So.
Thank you. You understand me.
As much as you understand me. I'll leave that up for interpretation.
What does that mean? She's so deep.
That's what he said.
Oh my god.
I don't know. It just came
Girl,
out.
you cray.
Hiya,
Alright, I'm gonna
hiya.
be right back.
Okay, sounds good.
Do you want to help me with a predicament?
Okay, what's up?
Okay. How do I break up with a D&D group?
Hopefully that D&D group isn't anyone I know on Facebook that could be watching the stream.
I don't think so. I think you're good.
It's like Caitlin's like, how dare she? No,
Thought we had something special.
I don't know. I've never been in one.
Basically, so I'm a dummy, and like I didn't want to be a part of this group, and I was a part of it previously, and I
Mhm.
was like, wow, I kind of hate every second of it.
Oh
and
no.
then and
Okay.
then I started hanging out with that person again, and I got like really excited about playing D&D and just hanging out with people because I'm
Mhm.
unemployed and I don't hang out with people a lot.
Mhm.
And then he's like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Yeah, I'll jump right in. I'll join your guys' campaign again. It'll be super fun. Even though I got out of it before
Yeah.
because I got lucky. And then
That's like a
now
big
it's
commitment.
yeah.
You
And
weren't
now
ready for a committed relationship and now you're in it.
I'm just like a dummy. I should have
Aw.
just said no. But now it's tonight, and I have to go to this one because I've been saying no to the past couple ones now because they've been re-inviting me.
What if you decide that your character, like, oh, you just slowly play the, like, I've been possessed card and you start doing things and then they just hate you and stop inviting you. No, that's worse. Never mind.
That'd
Yeah,
be okay.
bad person to go to advice for apparently. Okay. I'm like, what if you make them hate you?
I thought you were gonna say, "What if you pretended like you were possessed, and so
I mean,
the person
like
took over Ashley?"
that could work, but um, let's see. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's a
Like,
little bit hard because I don't understand if like how badly that throws things off for them or what.
not at all. I
Oh,
haven't played
okay.
with them yet,
Oh, okay.
and it's mainly like a drop in, drop out kind of campaign.
Oh,
So like,
okay.
it's more of a reason for me not to show up, but at the
Mhm.
same time, it's like I'm very unemployed, and they know I'm very unemployed. So it's
Yeah.
like, what is she doing in her life that's so important?
There you go. You can say that that you are either working on your portfolio most of the time, which you are. I mean, like I'm telling you, like these are truthful things for you. But sometimes when I'm unemployed, like I don't want to watch certain movies or I don't want to watch or play certain games because they stress me out and I'm already at a certain emotional level dealing with imposter syndrome and all that shit. That maybe, that could be the same for you. Like, hey, like this game kind of stresses me out or something, or I don't know, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
I
But
don't be a bad idea because it's stressing me out right now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Hang.
I don't want to go.
That's the bottom. Like hanging out with you guys stresses me out. No.
Another thing too is that it's in Seattle, so
Mhm.
I don't know. It's kind of far, and the parking sucks,
Mhm.
and then I just don't
Yeah.
want to go. And also, the person DMing is not very good.
Okay, maybe not say all that, but.
Or what I do, or.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
got a better idea.
Okay, okay.
Get super drunk, super high, and then just blaze through it. No, I'm just
Could.
kidding.
Or
Just 420 lit, man.
you can go. Have you? And then like, do they know that you've played a lot of D&D? Like maybe you could just
Yeah.
like. Oh, okay. Maybe you could just look severely like unenthused, and then
This
be.
is my first time and
Yeah.
I hate it.
I don't get it. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. Or you could just tell them, you know, I don't think I'm ready to like jump into D&D
Commit.
again. Or you could say about how the last time, like, you know, like I was excited to play again and hang out and stuff like that, but then like being that so much time has passed, I kind of reflected and remembered the reasons why I stopped playing. Because that's what people do with WoW all the time, right? Like, oh, I started playing again, and then they're like, now I kind of remember why I stopped playing, kind of stuff, and then they'll stop. So you could do just that. Like, hey, you know,
Yeah, it sucks.
I kind of remember why I stopped playing, and that it's just like not for me at this time.
That's it. Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll just break up with them that way. It's not you, it's me.
If you hate the game, don't hate the player, or however that saying goes. Don't hate
Don't
the
hate the
player,
player,
hate the
hate the
game,
game.
like I do. Mm.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that and be like, this was awful. I never want to play again.
Yeah, just say that you were excited, but then you remembered like why you kind of stopped playing or something. You were excited about the good parts, but the good parts like aren't enough to make you enjoy it. I don't know. I'm sure you got it. It's fine.
I don't think so. Just wait. Next week I'll be like, oh, it's Wednesday. Time to play D&D. Because I have to now for the rest of my life.
No.
Like, I'm cool with playing with other people. It's just
That group is a little bit difficult. Yeah. Yeah. If the DM is making it difficult for you, that's kind of a killer, isn't it? To me, it's like audiobooks, right? If the narrator is a shit narrator, it's like I can't listen to the story because I sound like an idiot. But
But like, how do you tell that to someone nicely?
nicely?
You're terrible.
It's not you, it's me. Like what I hear is an idiot, though I'm sure you're not. And no. I'm really bad at this. Don't ask me things. No. I'm just gonna get you in trouble. Horrible trouble. Yeah.
Said that I should tell.
You're like, I can't go. These are my reasons, and then you just give them my email address.
Or I'll just like, I'll enter the room and I'll be like, or like if I'm reaching a point where I can't take it anymore, I'll just stand up, and then I'll just turn and run.
Run?
Yeah. I just don't stop running.
Perfect. I think you got this.
All right. Yeah, we nailed it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident about that.
Yeah. I don't know. I would ask like maybe Caitlin, because like I don't know. Hasn't she had like a billion groups, or is she just in the one that she actually likes that she loves their DMs? So I don't know. Oh my god, I know. You could just tell them there's someone else.
Oh yeah.
There's another group. I'm sorry. I met someone else.
That's actually not a bad idea, because I've used that excuse before actually, where it's like, oh, my D&D group, we can only meet up on this day, so like if we meet up on this day, then it would be kind of bad, and blah blah blah. Blah. Like it would conflict with my other groups, because before I moved to Poland, or not before I moved to Poland, before I almost moved to Poland.
Yeah.
I think I was juggling like 4 or 5 D&D groups.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Including them. I was addicted, man. I freaking love D&D. But
Oh, so telling them you don't like it is definitely not a good way to.
Like the only thing. I think. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's why every time, that time comes around, and I know it's that time of the week, I just always make sure that the moment I enter the door, I grab a beer and just start chugging.
Addiction. Fun.
Yeah. Ashley would rather stoop down to alcoholism than confrontation.
Oh. Hey, I'm gonna call you HH because I can't say your name. Like, I'm guessing it's an abbreviation or something, but I'm not gonna attempt to say it. But to answer your question, you could just go to my home site if you want, which is www.artsofpre.com, and you can find all the social medias and links there, or my gallery there. Or, I still have it's the same thing, Art of Pre, but on like Twitter and like Instagram. And I do a lot of art postings as well as other like art related posts or updates about myself, like on Facebook. But yeah. And this is currently streaming on Twitch as well, so you can see that on Twitch. Oh god, what is that? Well, that's a TW. Okay, sorry about the mess. Yeah, but Art of Pre is where you can find most of my social media stuff. Thank you for the compliments, though. Ashley, they like my shading. Oh my god.
I'm so proud.
No, it was mostly the sudden silence, like, and we're done. Okay. So, man, if only Caitlin was on the stream.
I know.
Was on the broadcast, and then we can totally talk this through, this whole breakup thing.
I'm giving her the TLDR.
Yeah.
Discord.
This is exactly like the kind of like drama that Twitch needs. Like how, like it's like almost like those girly magazines, right? But instead of like 10 ways to like make your boobs bigger, it's like 10 ways to break up with your D&D group or something. 10 ways to slim down your DM's words.
Okay, here's another thing too. Whenever I'm honest with them about if I don't want to do stuff, they always give me a look like, really? Kind of like,
oh yeah.
Ashley's pussing out again.
There you go. Just don't look at them. I don't know. I'm terrible at this. I'm really not.
My dog is dying. You don't have a dog. I could get one and it's dying. That's because it's dying. You
guys are meanie heads. Oh, what?
The thing is, like, I've been saying no to them. I know I have to go to this one tonight.
Okay.
Because if I don't, then I'm just a huge flake again.
Okay.
Per usual.
Yeah. There is a certain number of times. Like you usually can't do like 3, like after 3, right? So.
Yeah. So
2, you're pushing it. 3, and then 4, you're like, if I don't do 4, then I don't know. 5 is like the surprise, and then you get the shit, right? Like, well, looky who showed up.
sorry, I don't know why that was really funny to me. Well.
I don't know.
Hold up.
It sounds like some sort of like, I don't
We have
know,
a class.
mafia.
Okay, Caitlin's saying I have to say I have a web class, and it conflicts with a D&D schedule.
There you
Oh
go.
shit, that's really good. That's really good.
Or you have to stream with me. There we go. It's like, I told my friend I would help promote her channel. Oh no, but then they'll go on the channel and then be like, yeah. Oh man. Okay, web class.
That's good. And then you're like, I put $500 down on this. I'm unemployed. Like, yeah.
It's such a devious tone. You're like,
Caitlin.
this is good shit. Good
Oh,
shit.
sorry, Caitlin, you've never been more beautiful to me.
I love the way you lie.
I love the way you.
Isn't that like song lyrics for something?
Yeah, it's the. Oh man, what is it? It's the Rihanna Eminem one.
Oh yeah. Oh gross. Oops. Didn't mean to bring that part up.
That's genius. Like I'm a little like taken aback. Like this is pretty impressive. I
I'm
was like,
a little
"Oh,
scared.
shit."
She's like hella
I
good at
know.
lying.
Like,
What does that mean for
what is
us?
she? Yeah.
Caitlin, you
Anytime
want to
she
hang out
cancels-
later? She's like, I got a web class, you guys. Now we know. There you go. We know what you're up to, you guys.
Yeah, seriously.
Me and
Oh,
Josh
yeah,
go.
you guys
So
wanna
the
come to
puzzle.
our retreat? Yeah, we got a web class.
Yeah, we have so many webs to do.
We spent thousands of dollars on web classes. We have to sell our house.
Yeah. We like bump into them. I'm like, oh, hey, what are you doing at the Mox? Web class things? Yeah.
You want to hang out on Monday? Oh, sorry, I got a web class. Okay, how about Tuesday? Web class, another one.
So,
Wednesday, web class.
Caitlin, I'm trying to like update my portfolio. I was wondering if you could help me with all your knowledge on web development. No, I can't. Sorry, web class.
That's such a freaking good excuse though, because like not only is it you can't decide what the schedule is, but also you tell them that you put a lot of money behind it, which means that you have to make the most of the classes, and so like it's non-negotiable.
Yeah, I like how it turns them into an asshole too. Like you're
Yeah.
an asshole for not wanting me to grow myself as an individual and my skill sets,
Yeah.
which makes it also equally horrible. So
This is why I can't trust Caitlin in lying games. This is why.
I feel bad for Chris because he has a hard time with me, like lying. So I'm like, Chris, are you lying to me? And then he'll like pause like really, really long. Like, and I'll be like, okay, cool. That's all I needed to know.
He's a spy.
Yeah. Still, I still like tease him about the whole presents thing. Like him getting a package in the mail, like near my birthday. I'm like, what's that? Presents. It's the best thing. It was great.
I gotta use that next time as an excuse.
Presents.
I like. This is really stupid, but like I like legit feel so much like lighter now and like excited and happy now that I have a solid excuse in my back pocket. Because like tonight's gonna be bad.
No,
but,
like I'm laughing because that's usually what people say after after they tell the truth about something. Like, oh
Takes the
man,
weight off my
now that I
chest.
got that off my shoulder. you know, that was just eating me up. You're like, now that I have a solid lie.
I can't let them know tonight though, because
Yeah.
if I let them know tonight, I'm very planned. So I think like maybe like on Friday I'll be like,
I
oh
joined.
man, I found this awesome art class, and like, but it conflicts with my Wednesday schedule.
I would still be careful about like lying a little too heavily, because what if they're like, oh shit, what class did you join? Because I kind of need to learn some web stuff too. Like what if they
Oh,
start asking you questions that you can't answer?
do something super broad like, oh, it's Nomon or it's schoolism, because there's so many thousands of
Mhm.
classes they won't know. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so if this D&D was online, I would totally be down for it. I wouldn't care, because like if I didn't like anything, I could just literally just mute myself and do something else, you know?
Mhm.
But it's in person, which makes it so much worse.
Hmm.
And I tried, I even offered, I was like, hey guys, like maybe you could set me up so that I can be online, and then, you can Skype me in or something like that. Doesn't that sound fun? And they're like, no, Ashley, you live in Bellevue. You're 15 minutes away. You can drive. So,
I don't know. Everything in downtown still feels like 45 minutes away to me.
yeah. And parking, it's in, I don't
Oh,
know.
that's why. Yeah, parking.
And I got a big car now. I'm making excuses. I just don't want to be social.
It's okay. I can be the
Mm.
same.
Like, I just want the freedom to be like, I don't want to put pants on. I'm not hanging out with you. Bye. You're a bad DM. Bye.
Oh no. Yep. Leave me to my
Like,
pantsless ways.
I need to come up with a good character story though for my character. Like right now, I have a bard who so my class is or
Mhm.
my race is these like fallen angel people whose like eyes go black and they like sprout like skeletal wings and it's like super metal. So like I was gonna have it so that my character was like this like super pompous like rock star who was like, yeah, you know me, I got kicked out of heaven for being too fucking metal, you know? And just be like the most like annoying person in the world. But
Well,
I don't know if I can carry that out because I'm
no,
gonna
no,
feel too
no.
bad.
You gotta make your character really boring so they won't miss it, right?
It's
Just
true, yeah.
feel like, so I'm a halfling, and I don't really have any particular superpowers. I'm really going through like a growth of character, like, coming to my own, like being in my teen years, or I don't know, some shit where it's like you're boring as hell and they're like, "Oh man." This is... and, and
Maybe.
and all your decisions you make are super safe. Just like I'm going to not like involve myself in this conflict and watch from the far and take
Ooh,
notes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or
just
just be like, I'm gonna go to the tavern and get a drink.
yeah.
You just add the conflict completely, and then this whole story's going on, and they're like, okay, now Ashley, what are you doing? I'm gonna buy another drink.
Yeah.
Like, okay. That's my plan.
There you go. So that way when you're like, "Sorry guys, I have a class," they're like, "Thank God."
She's not
Yeah.
here. Good.
That way it's a win-win situation, really.
Maybe what I could do too is like have like a nervous breakdown in the middle of the D&D and just like
What?
throw a lot of like really TMI stuff down and then like take like 2 beer bottles that I just chugged and like smash them against the table so that like I have like weapons going on.
I'm dual wielding, you guys.
You don't know me. And then they'll be like, okay, Ashley lost it. We're never inviting her again. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
I mean, the question is, do you want to maintain these relationships ever?
You know, I'm just gonna give it a giant shrug.
Oh Lord. All right. Good to know. I don't know. Like, judging by your reasons for wanting to quit, it sounds like So you don't want to go because it's too much effort, but it sounds like you're putting hella effort to not go.
That's the story of my life,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
Just
fine.
trying to think of excuses not to do things. Weave a giant web of lies.
Yeah.
It's like when you're friends with this guy and you really enjoy being friends with him, but he's starting to like slowly drop the I like you even though you're like I don't like you back. And so you're like weaving this little delicate web of lies and dancing around so that you guys can still remain friends, and every time he tries to like ask you out, you just kind of like nimbly like dodge it. Like it's like, "Oh yeah, maybe we can get dinner sometime. I'm busy," or "I'm grounded," or
Oh, I think you should just nip it in the bud. Otherwise,
yeah,
it
I
just gets
know.
worse.
Well, obviously, like that's a smart thing to do. It's the healthiest thing to do too. But of course, can't take the easy way out. Gotta do a whole like giant conspiracy theory red string plan.
Yeah, see, that's why our lives are basically just one big Korean drama, right? So,
So much rain.
yeah,
Much.
yeah. Uh, and then he told me he liked me while we were standing under the cherry blossoms on a wintry day that for some reason were in bloom while it snowed.
Wow.
Aww. So,
So
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
I will never forget this one scene from a Korean drama I saw where um this guy he died because oh, sorry. Someone put a soda can like okay, someone was drinking a soda and decided to throw it on the ground while they were driving, but then the
Mhm.
soda can rolled underneath the brake so that when the guy hit the brake stopped working because it was blocked by the soda can that he just threw
Oh.
down. And then he was in a big road, and
Mhm.
if he drove to the right, he would have like crashed into a house, but
Uh-huh.
instead he decided to drive left, which was straight off the side of a cliff, and then that's how he died.
Like, I'm not. I'll be honest. I had scary moments that were very similar.
What?
Yeah. I forgot what. Oh, okay. So I was wearing flip flops, and one of the flip flops, like it actually snapped and broke because you know how shitty
Yeah,
those
yeah,
like things are.
as they do.
And so it scooped up under the pedal, and my foot was on the pedal, and so it like sandwiched. So I couldn't like stop it or get because it was just like basically stuck on the pedal or whatever. I'm like and stuff, and it was scary. I managed to like wiggle out of it, but it would have been not good if there was like a
Oh
lot of
my
traffic or
god.
something. But
Yeah.
I mean, I've also had dumber reasons of almost getting in a car accident. So, like,
Damn.
just the other day, um, swerved because like a spider was on the windshield. I'm like, no, and, and then and then smashed it with a piece of paper that was nearby. And then I was like, oh, thank God. But then it slowly peeled off the windshield and then flopped its body onto like the steering wheel. And I was like, no. Yeah, even though it couldn't do anything to me, I was like, no, like
That's
swerve more.
so gross. Oh my god.
But that's not as bad as very very like I had to swerve away from people when after a while, I think it was in springtime, turned on like the air conditioner for the first time, and hundreds of baby spiders just started like flying out of the air conditioner from my
Oh
car.
my
I
god.
like screamed. I was like I'm like my nightmares have come to get me in my waking life. And
They were the
yeah.
children of the spider that you smashed, and they're out seeking revenge for
Oh
their
no, this was
father.
well before that, but still. Yeah, it was not good and I was scared. Um
Oh my god. That sounds like my worst nightmare.
oh.
Were you standing by the air conditioning? Like did they fly on you?
Um it was in my car. So I was driving and I turned on the air conditioning and they're like flying and like pouring also out of the vent. like
Oh my
out of my
god.
car, like onto
What?
the radio in the air, and I was like, ah!
Holy
I
shit.
managed to like pull over and stuff, and I think I ran out of the car and was like patting
Yeah, I would
myself down.
too.
I was like, oh Jesus.
Oh my god. Why do you have the worst bug experiences?
Oh yeah, I forget. There's like so many now that I don't even remember all of them. Yeah, the
You've
ant
become one with
things.
the bugs.
Oh no. It's like really I'm some sort of mother lord and I don't know it yet, and they keep trying to seek me out to like reclaim my civilization that they have underground. They're like, it's your birthright, mother. And I'm like, what? They're talking now. I need to look up effects for whatever the Captain Marvel effects are now. Let's
Alright, cool.
see. Captain.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna
Yeah.
grab a piece of pizza. Burger back.
Nice. Captain Marvel. What does she look like when she's all like jazzed up? Oh, I guess like this. Alright. It's like some blue fire stuff. Nope, that doesn't look right. Power? Kind of like spacey fire. Oh, there we go. It's like a mix of fire and electricity. Look at this one. Okay. Um, oops. Let's see. Thanks. Nah.
Okay, that was a stupid idea.
Oh, are you full? Are you super, super full?
Yeah. Okay, I have 2 hours to digest before I gotta leave. So.
Oh, there we go. Forceful diarrhea. Just keep it all in, go to their house, take a huge dump, and they'll be like, Jesus, never invite her.
I'll swallow some Ipecac before I go in,
Yeah.
and then you start vomiting.
Oh no. Not vomit. Vomit's worse because vomiting is like, that'll make you not want to have pizza again.
Oh, that's true. And that would be terrible.
Yeah, it would.
But yeah, I'll do that then. I'll get some laxatives. Chew it all up.
But you, I don't know. We have like basically all our plans are very sitcom-y situations.
They've never happened to you before? This isn't normal?
Some, and that's why they're good stories because you're like, Jesus, that happened to you, but
Oh, sorry. I forgot I had a microphone.
that's okay. It just sounded like you sprung a leak.
Oh, shit, I did.
Oh no. Phew.
Alright, gonna adjust my iPad. I'm not gonna drop it on myself. And then, cool. Life is good. I love Pinterest, but I think I use it too much for everything.
I eventually died off, but when I first started Pinterest, I was like obsessed because, well, eventually you get to the point where you start seeing like things you've already pinned and stuff, and it starts getting repetitive. But before that, it's just like, oh my god, I like this. I've never seen this before. Oh my god, I like that. I've never seen that before, and stuff. And yeah, it gets pretty bad.
I have so many different, like, I finally catered it too, so that every time I open Pinterest, it shows me exactly what I want, and then no naked people whatsoever.
Is that exactly what you want?
Well, I mean, like, the kind of naked
Bummer.
people
No.
on my Pinterest were like straight up pictures of old lady vaginas.
Oh. What did you
Like,
pin that like they're like, since you pinned this, you must love these?
I was looking at like dynamic like reference poses and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so, and then next thing I know, I'm scrolling down, and then like there's a lady with her foot on a stool, you know, like 70s, with a camera, and then just
go on.
There it was.
Yeah.
Just being like, hey.
You like what you see.
No. I know too much. I think that's the main reason I couldn't swing for the other team, is just because I know too much. But the other
because
guy,
the penis is so mystique.
A little bit, you know, like at least I don't really know how it functions 100%. Well, granted, I mean, like, I guess thanks to American sex education, I don't really know about mine either. But
well,
no, I'm kidding. But
no, I had these conversations before. It's I ask all sorts of questions. A lot of it is just like, why on the outside? just simple. Tell me.
Why does it look like elephant skin? It's like random crap like that.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I have so many questions, and you know, if I had my own, I'd have those answers. But because I don't, the mystery's alive.
It's very true. I'm trying to think of like all the questions I asked that aren't too revealing. There were a lot. Just a lot of questions. Like, they're still coming. This day, like, even at this age, I'm just like, still though,
Yeah, but why?
Why is everything like, I don't know, in so many separate parts? Like, tell me.
Why is it flexible sometimes, but then not flexible other times?
Exactly.
Hold on, I'm gonna be right back to sec.
Choo. Let's see. How do I? Maybe. Whoa, shit. All right. Screen.
I was streaming this morning, and
Cool.
there is this guy who came on, and he looked at my portfolio, and I have the atrium from Republic on there, and he was like, "Do you know Phil does 3D?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh well, he was working in the atrium scene, so didn't he do the entire scene?" And I was like, "No." So I don't even know
Huh?
who the Phil guy is, you know? He's like, "Here's his link to his video, and here's his website." Like, yeah, and then he I was like, what the hell is he talking about? I was like, well, if he did work on it before me, then, cool, good for him. I don't really
Mhm.
care. And then he was like, yeah, no, I could have sworn that, he animated stuff in the scene. I was like, animating is a lot different than 3D
Yeah.
modeling. Also, cool? Like,
Yeah.
what does this have to do with me? I don't really care.
Mhm. They just like startup drama. Like, I want you to fight this person because they
Yeah,
may
I
have
guess.
stole your work or something. Um, I think what is David Liu's screen name that he uses all the time though?
Yeah,
Isn't that
it's like Phil dot something.
okay?
Let me look him up because I
So,
remember
mhm.
that weirded me out because I had a. Sorry, I'm totally interrupting. Uh,
Oh no, I it
talk.
kind of just faded into confusion. Like, what is it? Like, and that was it.
Let me see if I can find it because I remember like just being like, "Who the hell is this Phil guy? And why does he keep
Mhm.
following me?"
Oh, are you seeing the person who was like in the stream?
No, the looking for
Oh.
David Liu's
Mm.
thing.
Oh.
Phil 2.6.
Mm.
That's what it is.
Well.
And so I thought that's what he was talking about, but
Mhm.
nope. I don't know.
I don't
Google,
know.
man.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was like, well, I googled him and I was like, I have no idea who this dude is. So if he did work on this game, he worked on it before me, and if he did, cool. Otherwise,
Mhm.
I don't really care.
Yeah. It's kind of how it is, isn't it?
Did you have a dude? Another thing too. Did you have a guy approach you called like mocap, who was like, "I'll mod for you"?
Mod? Like
Yeah.
for Twitch stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently,
No.
his whole thing is modding for um artists.
Oh, no.
Like, cool,
Hmm.
but like I don't know you, so
No thanks.
yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay. Weird. Man, like I'm looking on Pinterest for like men's business casual, except all these business casual men are just ripped out of their minds. It's like, can I just have like a normal sized person, like someone that's not busting out of their shirt?
For like a reference? Or
Yeah.
oh, okay.
I'm just looking for like a nice like dress shirt or something like that, except all the guys in dress shirts are like pom pom pom.
It's like, what? You mean this casual? As they're like flexing and shit?
Nope. Nope.
Exactly. Um,
Also, anytime I look up men's fashion, there's always Zac Efron.
oh,
Always.
took me
It's
a
like,
while
okay,
to
can we
like
get someone else?
recognize who that person was. I'm like, huh?
The High School Musical guy?
Yeah, I never watched it. So when he started becoming it, like he was in all sorts of like whatever pop culture news, and I was like, who the fuck is this? I don't even whatever. So,
Creepy guy.
let's see.
Oh, another unpopular opinion. I didn't like The Greatest Showman.
Oh.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it.
it's a musical.
Oh, there we go.
I love musicals. I love musicals so much, but that one just did not click for me. I don't know what it is.
It made
You know why?
what?
Because it was too safe. There was no conflict. The only conflict was like, hey, I'm black. And then that was like one song. And then that was it. Or like, hey, we're ugly people. And then the main character's, Hugh Jackman's like, cool, I'm going to exploit that. Oh
What?
man, I made a lot of money now. Oh man, I lost all my money. Okay, I made it back now. And then, so there was like no conflict where I was like, okay, cool, you had like 2 seconds where your family fell apart, I guess. And then suddenly it all just works out and you are all together and living happily ever after.
It's like real life.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you these pictures that I'm getting for business casual. Just take a quick snapshot.
See.
There we go. Here's one of them. This guy keeps popping up too. Sunglasses and really tall hair. Look at him, he's like, pom, pom, pom. This is my business casual.
Oh gosh.
Do you want to start a small nonprofit business?
He looks more like, let me get you a drink. And oh,
Like, who
it's
would wear
supposed to be
this?
fizzy. What do you mean? What? Oh,
I got another one for you. I think it's the same guy. Who's just, I guess, dominating the business casual modeling.
it's just one guy. Yeah,
Let me try to
it
see if
could
I can
be.
find
It could be like I saved some faces for like reference, and it's like now I just constantly see the one girl on Pinterest. I'm like, oh, I already saved your face.
Can't escape you. Just imagine being that girl and then, like, visiting you
Oh, no
and
thanks.
just seeing her Pinterest. Just, okay, look at this one.
Hang on. Boop.
There's, like, some Clark Kent dude up in here.
Sorry, I like how they try to use glasses to make him look more domesticated. Or whatever.
Yes,
They're
I am
like, look,
professional.
he's more down to earth and stuff. Like, I mean, he still barely fits in his clothes because of all his muscles, but he's very like humble and because he has, I don't know.
I am smart. I have glasses. It's all the same guy.
Oh, there you go.
Oh man, now I'm realizing. I'm just like,
Character
wow, there's a lot of buff dudes
development.
here. It's all the same dude.
My
Put on a
face.
different shirt. Give me someone else.
No.
Here we go.
That.
Maybe I'll just go to a clothing store. Just steal those body shots. I've been trying to find like really expensive clothing lines to check out, but the only one that I like is Burberry, and even then, I don't know.
I don't. I'm very like out of touch with fashion. If you haven't noticed, like, so I don't know. I'm like, oh man, have you seen my Mario pajamas? They look amazing.
I just like, cause I'm trying to like, I don't know, draw like super stylish people and like trying to like do like super fashion stuff, but
hmm
I know no brands. And then if you Google expensive clothing lines, I mean like that's not, you're not gonna get anything really.
Mm.
The only
I would just go to that one area. What was it? What's the area with the Japanese hot pot and stuff like that in Bellevue?
the
With like,
Bravern.
yeah, the Brave. That's where Chris's bosses live and stuff. So,
Damn.
so they always have parties there, and it. So, like their company parties are like, oh, we're having basically. It's you know how like Ryan always has parties at his apartment commons area.
Yeah.
So same thing for them, right? Like we're having our holiday party here or something, and
Oh man. I guess it's free, right?
yeah, it's like basically a super nice patio. It's like a really nice patio actually.
Makes sense,
So
right?
yeah, it's not bad. But but yeah, like all those stores, it's like they're gilded with gold and shit. So
Damn.
so I would just walk around there and just try to look for whatever what's hot there.
May I look at your clothes? Can you afford them?
I'm just a papa trying to I don't know.
I think there was a Louis Vuitton there. I
I
remember
yeah,
seeing.
there is.
Do you think you'd ever name something after yourself?
Um I mean it depends on how okay you are with being famous, I guess. Like, are you cool with like saying your name? Like, oh, hi, I'm so and so, and then people losing their shit? Or are you like, oh, I'm Priscilla, and they're just like, oh, neat. So what do you do? And then it's up to you if you're just like, I'm the creator of NASA. I don't know, but like,
Whoa!
yeah,
What? This whole time?
yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, just so it's up to you if you want to like throw down like the things you've done, but yeah, I don't know. I would say like I'm okay with pre, and that's why it's like sort of a halfway mark where I can use it. It's sort of like my real name, but sort of not at the same time. So,
Yeah, that
if
makes sense.
I'm just like not that I'm famous or anything, but if it ever gets to a point, like for instance, when that YouTube stuff went down and stuff like that, uh, most articles were still calling me pre. So,
Oh.
yeah, because no one wants to do their research. So, so they're like, Seattle artist pre did this, and I'm like, that's cool, that's fine. No one's like emailing me shit, but some of them do, and then they figure it out who I am. So it's not like too difficult to figure out who I am, but yeah.
Okay, I need your eyes for this. I
Okay.
want you to tell me how old these boys are. Oh
I-
wait, sorry, it was too.
You didn't hear anything on the stream.
Sorry. I'm looking at Louis Vuitton men's fall winter
Mhm.
fashion show.
Yeah. Okay. So, show me these boys.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh
fine.
god, okay,
I
let's
lost
see.
like 12 viewers. No, I'm joking.
Come on, pictures. Please take these pictures. Poor Kaylin just getting a bunch of random crap on broadcast.
Like, what the
Buff men and then little, not little. They're like, I don't know. I think they're, I don't know how old they are.
Alright. Let's see. Oh, you're asking the wrong person. Remember, I told you that a 17-year-old, I thought they were like 9. I mean, that makes me safe. Alright, let's
The
look at
dude
these.
on the top right, top left, I mean, looks like he's 9. He basically looks like someone. He looks like he's standing on someone else's shoulders. And they put him in a giant jacket.
He could be an adult. Like, he could be 18.
The guy with the bag or the guy without the bag? I'm talking about the guy with the giant coat without the bag.
Yeah. Yeah, I think these literally could be like 18, like anywhere between 17 to 20-year-olds.
I don't know, man. They look like they're 10.
I
They look
know.
like 10-year-olds.
But I'm giving off the idea that they're ginormously tall to me. But everyone's tall to me. And then one is sporting some facial hair. It's getting there. Like,
Yeah, he's the one dude that's sporting it, and it's like, okay, I can see you're obviously older.
and the kid with the long hair looks like Werewolf Boy from Twilight. And so he was like,
Yeah.
so I'm using that reference that, okay, if that kid was in high school, so
It's
then.
freaking Taylor Lautner.
Or Shark Boy, yes. Or whatever it was, Spy Kids, I don't know.
No,
Anyway.
you're totally right. He was
Okay.
Shark Boy.
Okay.
Dream, 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 dream.
But the ones before that do look much younger. But much is like when we go from years or something, like every year they look twice as old. So it's like a 15-year-old looks twice the age of a 14-year-old, and then a 16-year-old looks twice the age of a 15-year-old. That's just how our bodies work, really.
I feel like, okay, so from going from top left to bottom right, it's two boys standing on top of each other in a giant trench coat.
Okay.
And then here's a boy genius who just fell out of a plane and is using a life jacket
Yeah.
to help him survive.
Mhm.
This guy, I don't know, he just seems like he like came from the army, but like just woke up. Like it's his designer army PJs. And then this last guy looks like a castaway.
Mm. Yeah, I can see that.
That's my story.
He looks like, okay, so he looks like the pre-teen version of smut novels on a cover. So, kind of like you see all those like smut novels at the grocery store for older women.
Yeah.
So if they made like a pre-teen version, like he's their Fabio.
Didn't they make like a movie about that?
Did they? Oh.
Blue Lagoon? Blue Lagoon.
Yeah.
That was a movie, right?
It was. I think it starred like Brooke Shields, who's a famous model actress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she Bones? No.
No. Like
That was the
Brooke
Dash
Shields
Snell's
is
sister.
much older now. So
Okay,
it's
I got
just
a couple more for you.
they keep playing that movie over and over again, so it's hard to tell.
I feel like they just like went all around the world and they plucked out these guys from like middle school.
Mhm.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah, yeah.
You! Like the dude in the giant sunglasses. That just looks like you put a baby in sunglasses. Alright, I'm
So
gonna
now
stop.
it's weird because we're older now, right? So they probably looked normal when we were in high school. Like thinking
No.
about all the female models and stuff like that. Um, they look like women, and then they're like, "Yes, my name is Bianca. I am 17 years old and stuff, and I am 7 feet tall." Whatever.
Let me check out the women's side just to see if there's any babies there. They all look like old and sad.
That's because they're malnourished.
Here, just look, you'll see.
It's like when you don't have enough vitamins, you'd be sad too.
I guess it's true.
They're like, I don't even know what a pizza is.
Let's see. I'm finding. Can't tell if that's the same woman or they just have the same makeup. These women look older.
I guarantee you that they are not.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, they might be
They
like
probably have.
disgustingly younger.
Yeah, like they have like a bunch of makeup on.
Like, a lot of famous models from the 80s, like, they look like they're in their late 20s and shit, and they're like 14 or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
even
there was
like
this.
Angelina Jolie, she started like modeling when she was like a preteen.
It's so crazy.
That's what happens when you doll them up.
It's just weird when you put the guys next to the girls because then it's like this doesn't match up.
Well, also, I think like, socially in society, like, men are supposed to be like, they look, I don't know, they emphasize a man's handsomeness by their maturity, and while women are like, it's, emphasized by their youth and stuff like that. So like
True.
all women are trying to look younger and younger. So the ones that are young just kind of look normal at this point, while men, it's just like, if they're young, they look like babies now.
Man, how much would you spend for a bag or like any kind of piece of clothing?
I'm not like a purse person,
Me
so
neither. So
so
$2?
I want to say like maybe I would spend $100 on a bag, like depending on its purpose. Like if it has like really good material and it can hold shit, then I don't like.
Lots of pockets.
Yeah. Like something like, oh, that's a good like traveling around bag or something. Like it can hold my camera or my sketchbook and stuff like that. Then
Yeah.
then yeah, I'd do that. But not something that's like, oh, like would I spend hundreds of dollars because it's like a designer bag? No.
Yeah, me neither. I'm just looking at these prices and it's like one small bag, $5,000.
Yeah.
Yikes, 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 yikes. I now remember why I
Mhm.
stuck to Pinterest and left. I feel bad for Caitlin. she's in for a surprise.
um Like I have a lot of cousins that are like, I guess I'm the weird one because I'm the one who kind of tomboyish or something. I like video games and things like that, or nerdy things.
Ugh,
Um,
gross.
but so like when I hang out with them, it's a little like that's my view into what I think is kind of common women culture, female culture, and stuff like that. And so that's how I know about like designer stuff being as much as it is, and it freaks me out. I'm like, what? They're like, oh, look at
Why?
my new bag. It's like Louis Vuitton. And I realized how expensive Louis Vuitton is because one cousin got like a tiny, tiny, tiny like wallet, and that was like hundreds of dollars. And then another one got like an actual tiny purse, which was a little bit bigger, and then that was even more. And then so when I saw like I think Chris and I it was when Chris and I went to Vegas or something. Um, I saw a family, and I don't know if they were famous or something because they were kind of dressed like they were famous. And I say that like they remind me of like Hulk Hogan and his wife kind of thing. Or like maybe he
Okay.
was like a professional magician or something. They were they were just like really flashy, had like crazy gold sunglasses on, even though it's like it's Seattle and it's winter time. I don't know why you're anyway. So like maybe to hide their famous faces. I don't know. But
Really
so
subtle.
yeah. So um anyway, they had tons of like luggage for like the two, like it was a man, a woman. I think they had a small boy with them and a little dog. And they had like 6 suitcases, like luggage or something, like giant ones, and they were all Louis Vuitton ones. And I was like, that is like you could just steal the suitcase and like buy a car or
Yeah,
something.
seriously though. I
So,
actually was looking at their travel section.
oh my God, how much is a suitcase?
Do you want to guess first?
Uh, I'm gonna say 2,000 for a suitcase.
Okay. Just double that, and then that's the cost.
What the fuck? I thought I was like, wow, all right. I thought I was being generous.
Yeah, right? No.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess luggage is luggage I can kind of see as being like a little more expensive because like I was looking at luggage recently and
Hmm.
I think the normal price for luggage now is like 3 or 400,
Oh gosh.
but still, I mean, no.
Well, I mean, I bought luggage. Well, granted, it's not like great, but definitely under $100.
How? Where'd you find it?
Like Costco or something, or
Oh, damn it. Why didn't I
Walmart.
look there? Kind of feel stupid.
Well, don't like Chris bought some and got destroyed. Or wait a minute, it's like a giant fucking hole in it. I'm like, what? It's even like the really hard cased ones. I'm like, how'd you
Oh,
get a
man.
hole in it? I don't.
Yeah.
How'd this happen? Did they run over it with the plane?
I guess they have those videos, they show of how people treat your luggage.
Yeah, it's pretty
And it's,
terrible.
yeah. That's why you never want to bring a computer onto a plane.
Yeah.
Or with you, I mean. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's like your carry-on or something.
Yeah. Hmm. Sorry. I'm trying to get this face right. And it's not working. I made her bottom teeth, but then I accidentally thought it was her lips, and so that's why she looks really weird. There we go. Now she's more grounded. Do you I do this all the friggin' time, but like whenever I'm making or whenever I'm drawing a face, I always make that face.
uh, Sometimes if a lot of the faces I do are very expressionless, like me. So, uh,
Deep, deep.
yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Like for some reason, I need to feel those muscles move in order to know where to move them on their face. I don't know.
Yeah. No, exactly. And I think, yeah, if I know exactly what it is, then life will be so much better. Is this how I'm doing this? I'm sorry. Okay. I'm gonna check on your stream. I'm gonna see how you're doing.
Nothing new. Just like outlining stuff. This is for another a new card, collector card.
Are you gonna get like that special holographic thingy that you did last time?
Um,
Ooh, I like those effects.
holographic thingy? You mean
Like
just like the gold?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just knew it was shiny.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always do. I just thought you meant, 'cause like, I was actually trying to look up how to do holographics. Like, like what you see on like Pokemon cards or like Magic cards and stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause I kind of wanted to, like Chris and I had discussed it before, wanting to do kind of booster packs when I get enough, and that I'll have like rare cards in them, and that they'll be holographic ones. And so I wanted to figure out how to do that, but I'm unsure
I don't know. Yeah.
how to get
Like,
like that shit printed. Because a lot of places do the holographic stuff, but they don't do the foil at the same time. So I need to find a place that does both.
oh, what's the difference? Is the foil just kind of like something that goes over it, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, probably both, but but yeah, like the way it gets printed for my stuff is that I have an image, and then I have another layer of that represents the gold, and it's just kind of, I would say it's, you kind of make it like an alpha or a mask or something, and it's just white and stuff, and you say this is my metallic foil overlay or something, and then you choose the foiling you want. Depending on where you go, they'll have like gold, silver, maybe a copper, etc.
Okay.
But
Is that pretty expensive?
um, I don't, not real. I mean, it depends on where you go, and and what you're making, and the size you're making it, and if it's double printed and all this stuff. But honestly, it's common enough that like it's not really that expensive.
Okay, cool. Because I really like when prints do that,
Mhm.
and so like the fact that you're doing it is like, ooh,
Yeah, I like shiny things too. So, um, my stuff is really flashy for the kids though. They're like they grab
excuse me,
stuff right away. They're like, ooh, and stuff.
shiny.
Yeah. It's
One
also
thing.
reaching level to them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you ever worry about people stealing your stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's happened, so,
Seriously?
yeah. So,
Damn.
like, true story, it happened right in front of Chris. Like, we were packing up to leave a convention, and I was like, I'm gonna run to the restroom. You continue packing up, and he's like, okay, cool. And then like this woman comes up to him, and she starts rambling about stuff really like quickly and incoherently that he isn't quite understanding what she's talking about. And then she like she grabs one of I don't know, one of the cards or stickers or something like that, and says something to the extent, I don't know, she said something about being the pink Power Ranger, I guess, to him. And he's like, "Huh?" And then she like ran away.
What?
Like, I don't know. And so he was like, so I come back, and he just looks dumbfounded, and I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "I think someone just stole your stickers." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" And he was like, "This woman told me she was like the pink Power Ranger, and like grabbed one of your things." And I was trying to explain that it was like, I think he was trying to explain to her that you could use cash or card. and then she just walked off or ran away or something with it.
Holy moly.
And I was like, why didn't you go after her? And he was like, I was too confused what happened. Really, I think
Damn.
he was afraid because she threatened him that she was the Pink Power Ranger. So,
I get that. I'd be afraid too.
yeah.
That's awful though. I mean, like, also, it's a good tactic.
I mean, I do wonder though, because I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but this
But
was I think well, I don't think, but it could have been actually the Pink Power Ranger because uh this was at like Jet City in Tacoma,
okay.
but a couple weeks prior I went to another convention, the Renton one, and that happened to have guests at it, celebrity guests, and they had like the Red Ranger and the Pink Ranger from random seasons of the Power Rangers there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I was like, what if she went to another convention as a celebrity guest, and it just was like, I like this like ticket, and I'm pretty famous, so just letting you know, and then walks off or something. I was wondering if that may have happened, but I don't know what she looks like. He said she was actually like middle aged or something, or older. I don't know. I think he said she looked older than us. So I don't know.
Oh my god.
So I do wonder, but I was like, do I need to go on social media and address this with the Pink Power Ranger?
Yeah.
No.
Lay down the law.
Yeah.
Also, like, why would you flaunt your if she was the Pink Power Ranger, like, why would she
Yeah.
flaunt her celebrity status just to like steal a sticker? You know?
Yeah. I don't know. If
Just be
anything,
real.
just like if you're so famous, pay for it. I don't know. Shit. So, but again, I don't know if it's actually her or not. So it could be just someone, or like because he said that she was saying a whole bunch of incoherent things, that maybe she just happened to mention it. Like I was over talking to the Pink Power. I don't know what the hell she was saying, but
Oh yeah, I could see that, like, oh yeah, I was just talking to the Pink Power Ranger, she was so cool, and then this looked like it, so then okay, bye.
yeah, enough to like just confuse him still. Like, huh?
Sorry, you said what?
What? Oh, enough to confuse him.
Yeah,
Not that.
just like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that the case?
Oh. Part of me was mad that someone stole stuff, but the other part of me was just like, that's so fucking funny, though. I was like, oh well.
Blows me away.
It's only $3,
Okay.
I guess.
Not for her. She got the 5-finger discount.
You mean a slap in the face? Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no, she didn't.
Whoosh. Oh shit. That's not why. Whenever I do a swipey motion, I have to like end it with a sound. I learned that from Bob Ross, the original ASMR master. Was Bob Ross around during your era on like public TV, or do you only know him because of pop culture reference?
Oh no, I know him from PBS.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they still played his stuff
Yeah, they
after I
played a
grew
little
up.
bit.
Okay.
No one really knew about him though, other than that he was like the Happy Tree guy. But like
Mhm.
I like to watch him. I also like to watch Nick at Night, so I know a lot about
Oh,
like
okay.
older
Mhm.
sitcoms and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Because I was like, for some reason, I had a TV in my room, and Adult Swim came on, and I just saw it, and I was like, this is too adult for me, and so I watched Nick at Night instead,
Yeah. I
which
need
is so dumb.
wholesome old school conservative racism in my shit.
Finally, my
Yeah.
safety blanket. Yeah, and same with The Simpsons too. I was like, Simpsons, that's for the hooligan kids. And
The
this is like in kindergarten. Like, oh, like all the people in my class would like brag about how they like stayed up and watched The Simpsons. And I was
Oh.
like, oh, like, yeah, they mean the hooligan show. What a bunch of jokers.
Yeah, my parents didn't like the idea of me watching like The Simpsons and stuff. And it was funny, I remember watching like a PG-13 movie with my grandma, and I was like, I don't even know, in high school or something. It was really funny. It was the last action hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I don't know if you watched that, but there's a scene in there where they crash their car into the middle of a building where there's like a model shoot going on. And
Of course.
these models are wearing like bikinis and stuff.
Of course.
My grandma instantly turns off the movie and like calls my dad and tells him, is Priscilla allowed to watch such a movie? These women are like naked in their
Oh my
underwear
god.
and stuff, and I'm like, all right.
Thanks, Grandma.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks for looking out
Thanks,
for me, I guess.
thanks for saving my not already tainted mind. I know. My grandma's funny. I remember uh when she was diagnosed with cancer but was still okay, like walking around and stuff. When I was at ArenaNet, they didn't know who my grandma was. They never met her, but they all were like fans of her because when my apartment flooded, I lived with my grandma because she lived so close to ArenaNet. So I stayed with her until my apartment was renovated, like re-renovated for the flood damage. And so every morning she would get up at like 5 a.m. and bake like cookies and banana bread and all sorts of shit.
Aww.
And she told me to bring it to work. So every day for like 3 weeks, I brought like all these homemade pastries. Um, One guy in particular, Curiel, he was an environment artist there. And his wife is like completely gluten free. And so he hasn't had any like breads or anything like that in like a long, long time. And so he is just like, he would just take, he would just grab a plate from the kitchen and just fill the plate up with all sorts of stuff that my grandma made. And he would like just talk about it constantly about how he loved my grandma and stuff. And then, anyways, so ArenaNet has this fancy new building. So I decided, hey, can I bring my grandma and show her around? And they were like, yeah, you can bring your grandma. So I'm giving my grandma the tour. I bring her into like the environment department's room. And Curiel, I'm like, hey everyone, this is my grandma. Curiel gets up and he's like, thank you, grandma. And he like hugs her and stuff. Like, and then she hugs him back. She's like, my pleasure, my dear. Who are you? So like this is like and stuff, and I'm like, oh grandma, he really likes your cookies, and he's just like, just thank you, and it's just like still holding her and stuff, and my grandma's like, oh okay, are you okay, dear? And stuff. And so he finally sits back down, and then so I start showing her like the game, people running around in the game and stuff, like Guild Wars 2. And my grandma, she says a couple things that are really so grandma-esque. First thing she says, oh my lord, everyone has 2 monitors. Why on earth would you want 2? That's too many. So, and then the second thing she says is, she looks at, like, I'm showing her the game, so I'm running around, oh yeah, and then you make a character, and you can do magic like this, and run around in this forest, and my grandma says, oh my word, all of you made this in Photoshop? And stuff. Like, because that's the only thing she knows that I use and stuff, because I gave her Photoshop, because she likes photography, so I gave her Photoshop, and gave her a book from my school, like, to learn how to use it or whatever if she wanted to. And so she just thought all digital art was made in Photoshop basically. And Yeah, so she pretty much thought the game engine was Photoshop, and that was great. So, yeah.
I freaking love that. I don't know why, like, do you sorry, this just reminds me. Do you know how to like describe your job to like old people?
It never it never works. I don't know. like, I've tried to, um, I think the only thing you can do, really, you can't describe it. You have to like show them, like videos. Like even my mom the other day, I showed her the time lapse video of like the me and Chris painting,
Hmm.
and she's like, because she asked me, I thought she already by this time knew what I did, but she asked me, "Oh, so you took photos of yourselves and just like hit a button or something?" Basically, I'm like, Jesus, Mom. Anyway, so I mean, my grandma
No.
thought the same thing. Yeah. So, um, so I show her a time lapse, and then it like clicks for her, like, oh, okay, you're literally drawing. I didn't know computer programs did that or something. Same thing with my grandma. Like I sat her down. Um, this was immediately after a dinner where she met these other women and started proudly telling them what I did for a living, and I was horrified of her interpretation of what I did for a living. so, so I showed her what I did. Like she basically same thing, like, oh, this is my daughter Priscilla. She takes photos and then puts it in the computer, and it just makes an object on its own or something. And I'm like,
Oh
oh,
man, I wish.
yeah.
She's kind of right now.
Well, now, yeah, but this is
When thinking was
yeah, good
was
amount of
ahead of her
years ago.
time.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah. So, hang on, I'm having a brain fart because I'm trying to figure out some masking issues. Yep.
No probs.
Oh Lord, what just happened? Oh no, that's fine. Is it? No, it's not. Okay. What did I do? Let's see. Delete layer mask. No, that's not delete. Okay. So,
My grandparents think I do
yeah.
programming.
Oh yeah.
That's that's basically
Mhm.
like, because I'm like computers and like programming.
Mhm.
I was like, no, no, no. So I just put like boxes around a seam. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, with programming. Like, no, 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 no. There's a program that allows that. Yeah, through programming. It's like, yeah, sure, I'm a programmer. Okay.
nah, you just okay, for 3D, I would describe it as like Legos, but that's not even like helpful for them still. So I would say just find time lapse videos and be like, this is how it works or something. Because when I showed my grandma, like literally, like I opened up Photoshop to show her, like this is when I was an illustrator anyway, or something I think. Yeah,
Oh,
and
gotcha.
so I opened up Photoshop and and then showed her the tablet, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna choose this icon here. It looks like what, Grandma? She's like, it looks like a paintbrush. And so I clicked on it, and then I gave her the stylus. I'm like, okay, now move it around. And she's like, oh. I was like, now write a circle on the thing, and she like made a circle, and it showed a circle. And then so I started. Then I'm like, so that's how it works, basically. And she's like, oh. And so I started like kind of drawing a little face and stuff, and she's like, oh, okay. So I think the funniest slash sad thing that she said was like, oh my gosh, it's as if you're really painting. And I'm like,
Oh.
yeah. I was like, yeah, Grandma. And so I was like, you're right, it is like that. So, but yeah. Um, so with my mom, she just kind of same thing, like, oh, like you're like painting and stuff. Um, because Chris had all those time lapse videos and stuff like that. I was showing them what he did a while back when they were asking what like a character artist was, things versus what I did, and
Hmm.
so showed them some of his time lapse videos, and then they were like shocked, like, oh, it's like you're sculpting and stuff, like, and plus, Chris makes a lot of like pretty girls and stuff like that in his art. So
Yeah.
like my mom's just like, she's beautiful. so So
Oh, I've never seen that.
you're like the child I always wanted. No. I always
Yeah.
like joke about that with Chris. I'm like, oh, they love you. Like they wish you were their kid the whole time. Like,
My siblings give Aaron shit about that too. They call him the favorite son of the family.
oh no.
Yeah, it's good. All right, I have to head out and start getting ready. But
Oh, good luck with whatever you decide to, how you handle it.
yeah, we'll see how it goes. Turns out, yeah, we'll see. All right.
Okay. Peace.
All right, bye.
Bye. Hey, Cindy. What is up? Oops. Ah. Thanks, dude. How are you doing? Hey, what's up? You came just in time. Getting kind of down to the end here for this one. Thanks, True. Fine, be that way. Be right back. I'm pretty thirsty. I need to go get more water. I'll be back in like a minute or two. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's see. Save this one. Trying to find my you mean template. Where did I put that? Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry about that. A shelf in my closet that's like only 10 feet away from me just kind of decided to randomly collapse. So, startled the crap out of me. Sorry about that. Maybe. Could very well be. Weird. Can I put it in here? Too weird. Huh. It's weird that I can't dupe that in. Okay. I think I am done with this one for today. I might stream later. I don't know. Definitely I'll stream tomorrow, but I don't know what I'll work on. But for those who are still watching, thanks for hanging out. I am going to call it a night. All right. Peace.